Let me tell you my fusion plan. I'm nearing the onboarding of Raid Shadow Legends. What does this mean? This has been a hell of a ride. I got amazing champions. And I think that I need to engage with the game a lot less than before. That's one thing. So all these champions, I see this is like a login champion, fusion, 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 random shard. This was the fusion on my first month, but I just got the epic. Some turtles, some more turtles. Where is the third turtle? I think here. Yeah. So some turtles and some more turtles. 3 out of 4 so far. The Packmaster plus Crocod. That was not easy. And I got April. So that's a hell of an account, let's put it this way. And part of it was fun. Part of it was not so fun. Raid is such a better game today than I started at the beginning of this year. And this supports my statement that friction monetization and not compulsion loops are actually good, but habitual rituals are not the way to go for the future. Because when I got started back in the days, already this year, so January, what happened was that if I wanted to enhance a gear, for example level 12, let me wait, I'll do something meaningful. So let me find like divine something, divine speed, there you go. Let's suppose that I want to engage with this specific gear, and this is a good enough gear to engage with. In that case, you know what you did? There was none of these things like upgrade 1 level, upgrade to level 16, 1 click, no way. The ritual, click again, and sometimes you fail. Okay, you succeeded 3 times, level 8, you see you failed. And then you click again, and you fail again. And you click again, and you fail again. It feels quite bad, doesn't it? And you click again, and you fail again. And you click again, and you fail. Now you fail even quickly. And you click, and you succeed, finally. See? So these kinds of things. This was the past. Today, just 1 click all the way to level 16. Okay, it may cost you 2 million silver, but it's on level 16, you don't have to wait. This is the thing. Quality of life wise, Raid improved a lot. What do you think why? Industry trends. And Raid just wants to follow industry trends. No, give me a break. The reason is that competition has become too good. And when competition is too good, Raid doesn't want to get left behind. So we have multi-battles. For example, on campaign, I go to stage 2, 12-7. I got some random champions to train. I don't know, maybe these. Super raid, like 2x raid, it wasn't there in the game back in the days. And you just do 2, for example, background multi-battle. And meanwhile you can do other things. But the problem is that you cannot log out from the game while the background battle is running and log back in later. And you cannot go to arena battles, for example. You cannot cannot engage with other content, anything. So this background battle is the absolute minimum that they had to give us so that they stay relevant enough. And this is friction still on some level, so it will get better. But this is the thing that I'm gonna have a tone down in Raid. And part of this tone down is that you see that I have 1941 energy. And this is actually my fusion plan for the current fusion champion. You know, there is a fusion. What's this sanguine whoever, I don't know, weird one, you know, very weird champion, very weird way of playing with these skills, fully manual. So it's a bit of an RNG based champion. My fusion plan is the following. I'm not gonna engage in the content at all. I don't need this champion right now. I will collect energy, like 5 to 600 a day, until Leonardo comes. I will collect all my shards because I cannot afford to do 3 shard events, not even 2. And I will collect my remaining energy bottles. And I'll only engage with content to complete my missions and potentially get shards. So for example, in Gear Hunters, I might say that okay, I've got this, maybe I go for the gems, I'm interested in that, but nothing else. Although these 25 fragments are kind of cheap, so in exchange for silver it's not that bad. So I might get it. At least one epic, it doesn't hurt. Summon Rush, I'm like, give me a break, I'm not gonna do it. I won't even reach 100, let alone 500, why would I? 3000 points, give me a break once again, like... This is clearly too much, right? So I'm not gonna do 6 sacred shards just for that. And then gear enhancement, that's the other thing. I just enhanced my gear, so I got a couple of points, like 10. I'll take the energy, not a problem. And I don't know about this one. Maybe, maybe not. But the thing is that I'm not gonna engage with content unless there is like a clear shard requirement or something. And it will stay like this for quite a long time. So champion training is also expensive. 8,400. I would rather keep the energy because that will guarantee the maximum success for Leonardo. That's the point. This is my plan. And by the time Leonardo comes in about 2 weeks, which is like 14 days, what I would expect is simple. Minimum engagement with the game itself, just complete my missions, that's it. And in advance I can complete all the missions without problems. All the time, so it's not even an issue. I just complete my missions. I get like 500 energy a day, which means that in 15 days it's 7,500 plus what I already have. So I'll have like almost 10,000 energy just here. I'll get like 7 or 8 of these energy bottles that I can keep. That's amazing as well. Plus there is energy in Glory Arena or Tag Team Arena or whatever that is. Glory Arena is another game. I'll buy that too. And I'll buy the shard. Unfortunately, I cannot buy the Void Shard for now because I'm playing less Tag Team Arena at this stage. And with these options, you know, you'll be able to collect enough energy to complete, let's say, 10-15% of the Leonardo event at least. Which means that there is some buffer, even if these shards are not gonna be enough. Which is quite fair because, like, let's say, how many shards would you need? So, this thing is 2,400 points for the Summon Rush system. I still calculate in Summon Rush system, even though Ancient Shards are a bit better. So this is 2,400. This is 6,000, so 8,400. Then 10,400 with 100. And it's like 10,800 approximately. And with this 11,800 plus 700. So 12,500. This is approximately 25 sacred shards worth of shards. Although it's not exactly true because ancient shards are worth a bit more. So this means that it's more than 25 sacred shards. If Leonardo is 30, I might need the energy. And if I get 10,000 energy, for instance, then there is a chance that it can be converted into artifacts or champion training or anything that is required. This is my plan. I don't have time for raid at the moment. I know that I will never compete with those who have spent 1 million. I don't even want to. I want to get Leonardo, that's it. And then all I focus on is that I'll train a couple of champions, finish the arbiter missions. I think I'm intrigued about the Roman 2 missions, at least the start of it, like how bad it is, because I heard it's really bad. But most likely I won't engage with that content. And then I can safely call it a day for Raid. Still free to play, and I think it's gonna stay free to play forever. Simply because if you check the shop, you see for whichever offers you still have this thing, right? And this proves that it's free to play. Because for any purchase I could still get all these things, but there is no purchase. Simply because there is no need to do pay to win. That is the only thing. That there is absolutely no reason. Because who am I fighting with? Like myself. But I have skill. What if I don't get a champion? Will I jump out of a cliff or a window or something? Not really. Even if I don't get Leonardo, then maybe I'll blow away my shards for something else. But I don't work in a dopamine rush way. So this is the reason why it's even healthy. So Raid can be a healthy game. I figured out the evil inside the Raid machinery with Tolin Falbert. And this evil is something that is not a problem for me at this stage. Back then I was intrigued. I tried to understand how Raid makes money. I figured it out exactly. I thought that I can do every single fusion, and I was actually right about it. But I completely forgot that after the fusion there is the soul. And to get the soul, the 5-star soul, there was a full event with a Titan event with summoning where the lowest summoning tier was never enough. You had to have at least one higher summoning tier, and that's when I lost my final shards. And that's when I figured out that it was designed this way. So now I'm not intrigued about it, but the way how I fight the raid system to succeed is that when there is a fusion, for example, there is this fusion right now, I say no to this champion, and I may say yes to another one. Now, there is a chance that, let's suppose that I really badly wanted this champion because, I don't know, someone sold me this idea that I need to have it. I need to have it just as much as a refrigerator and the Arctics, right? When there is 0 degrees all year. Okay, not anymore, most likely, but let's pretend it is. But let's suppose that I'm sold about that idea. Then what would I need to do? Pay money? No. There is another way, 2 accounts. I told you about it. It's also possible to pay money. I'm not against it. I do pay to win elsewhere. It's just not raid, because of certain reasons that are in the game that are player unfriendly enough, including waiting for some of the battles and not being able to close your device while the battles are running, that I just cannot support this machinery until quality of life is there. That's why I'm on a spending freeze in basically almost all gacha games except for Ethereal Restart. But I'm not spending in Ethereal Restart either much. Very minimal. Simply because I know that the amount of enjoyment that the game provides me with is worth maybe a smaller, like not a AAA game, but a bit less. And I'm below that in terms of spending at the moment. So there are some games where the most I have spent on a game has been iRacing. Just Google it and you'll understand why, because there are tracks, there are cars, and there is also a monthly mandatory subscription. I cannot say a bad word about iRacing. It delivers exactly what it promises and a bit more. And similarly, I spent, I think, some hundreds on Era of Chaos until I got the spending freeze a couple of months ago for the reasons that I explained in those videos. So this is the idea about spending, that it's, in case of raid, you compete against your past self. And as long as you don't screw yourself over with the fusions and investing resources at the wrong time, you have no reason to spend. Like really no reason to. That's the funny thing about raid. Not sure if you agree, not sure if you disagree, write it in the comments. And now you know my Leonardo plan for the Leonardo Heroes Path, if it's Heroes Path at all.